Reaching your 60s is a fascinating milestone. It's a time when people often expect you to slow down, blend into the background, or stop caring so much about things like fashion. I remember hearing comments like, "Oh, at your age, just be comfortable," or "Why bother dressing up anymore?" But here's the thing. For me, turning 60 wasn't about fading away. It was about stepping into a new chapter of life with confidence, wisdom, and yes, a little sparkle. And that's where the magic of style comes in. Let's talk about redefining style after 60. For many women, the idea of style after a certain age feels like a tightrope walk. You don't want to look like you're trying too hard to appear younger, but you also don't want to disappear behind plain, shapeless clothes. The key is balance, finding outfits that make you feel beautiful, authentic, and comfortable in your own skin. For me, style is not about impressing anyone or following every trend. It's about expressing the woman I've become after 6 decades of living, learning, and growing. And let me tell you, that woman has a lot to say without even opening her mouth. So why does style still matter at this stage of life? Because how we dress impacts how we feel. When I slip on a soft cashmere sweater or a perfectly tailored jacket, I'm not just covering my body, I'm wrapping myself in confidence. When I add a bright scarf or a delicate necklace, I'm telling the world, I'm here and I care about myself. It's a subtle but powerful statement. In this video, I'll share how I stay stylish in my 60s without overdoing it. We'll explore the little choices that make a big difference, from picking timeless pieces to knowing when less is more. Most importantly, I'll show you how style can become a joyful part of your everyday life, no matter your age. So, stay with me, and let's unlock the beauty of effortless elegance together. When I was younger, I used to think style was all about turning heads. It was about that eye-catching dress, those fashionable heels, or the latest handbag. But when I reached my 60s, I realized something that completely reshaped the way I look at fashion. Style is no longer about impressing others, it's about expressing myself. So, what does it really mean to redefine style after 60? It starts with a mindset shift. Instead of asking, "Does this make me look younger?" I began asking, "Does this make me feel like me?" And let me tell you, that question changes everything. It frees you from the pressure to chase trends that may not suit your lifestyle, body, or personality anymore. It gives you permission to let go of clothes that no longer spark joy, no matter how expensive they were or how long you've kept them. And most importantly, it allows you to embrace your current self, with all the wisdom, grace, and individuality you've earned over the years. Style at this stage is about authenticity. It's about wearing clothes that reflect who you are inside, not who you think society expects you to be. That might mean soft fabrics that feel luxurious on your skin, a favorite color that lifts your mood, or silhouettes that move beautifully when you walk. For me, it also means honoring my body as it is now, not as it was at 30 or 40. Instead of hiding behind oversized sweaters or trying to squeeze into tight jeans, I've learned to choose pieces that celebrate my shape. Tailored pants that skim the waist, blouses with just the right amount of drape, and dresses that flatter without clinging. These are the clothes that make me feel most alive. But let's not forget the power of simplicity. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that you don't need a closet bursting with clothes to have great style. A few well-chosen, high-quality pieces can do far more for you than a pile of fast fashion ever will. Think of a classic white shirt, a great pair of dark jeans, or a timeless blazer. These are the foundations of a wardrobe that works hard for you without shouting for attention. And when you want to add personality, a pop of color or a signature accessory can speak volumes. Maybe it's a pair of bold earrings, a silk scarf in a favorite shade, or a beautiful handbag you've loved for years. These small touches remind you and the world that you're still very much in the game, with style, confidence, and character. Redefining style also means letting go of rules that no longer serve you. Who says you can't wear leather at 60? Who says you can't experiment with prints or try a new haircut? The only rule that matters now is, if it makes you feel good, it's the right choice. And that's incredibly liberating. As we explore the next part of this journey, we'll dive into the heart of how to bring this philosophy to life. Because knowing what style means to you is just the beginning. The real magic happens when you start putting it all together, piece by piece, layer by layer, until you've built a look that's effortless, elegant, and unmistakably you. So stay with me, because up next, we're going to uncover the practical secrets of styling, the tips and tricks that can transform your wardrobe and elevate your everyday outfits in ways you might never have imagined. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Once you understand that style after 60 is about authenticity, the next natural question is, how do you actually bring that to life in your wardrobe? This is where the fun truly begins, when you start mastering the art of putting together outfits that feel as good as they look. Let's dive into the core principles of effortless dressing. First and foremost, focus on quality over quantity. By the time you reach your 60s, chances are your closet has seen decades of trends come and go. Now is the time to curate, to carefully select pieces that stand the test of time. Look for well-made essentials: a beautifully tailored blazer, a crisp white blouse, a great fitting pair of jeans, or a versatile midi dress. These are the kinds of pieces that work hard in your wardrobe and can be styled in endless ways. When you prioritize quality, you automatically elevate your entire look. No effort required. Next, embrace the power of color and balance. Neutral tones like black, white, beige, and navy create a sophisticated foundation. But don't shy away from adding a pop of color that lights up your face or lifts your mood. It might be a soft pastel scarf, a bold red handbag, or even just a bright lipstick. The key is balance. Let one or two items shine and keep the rest understated. This keeps your outfit looking chic without feeling overdone. Tailoring is another secret weapon. Clothes that fit well make all the difference. Even a simple pair of trousers or a basic shirt can look high-end if it's tailored to your shape. Don't hesitate to visit a good tailor to adjust hems, nip in a waistline, or shorten sleeves. These small tweaks can completely transform your look, making you feel polished and pulled together. Layering is your friend. As we age, our bodies can be more sensitive to temperature changes, so having layers you can add or remove is both practical and stylish. Think lightweight cardigans, structured blazers, or soft wraps that add texture without bulk. Layering also allows you to mix and match pieces creatively, giving your outfits depth and personality. Accessories? They're the icing on the cake. Choose pieces that speak to you. Maybe it's a cherished pendant necklace, a statement watch, or a silk scarf that makes you smile every time you wear it. Accessories are a wonderful way to add individuality without overwhelming your look. And remember, sometimes less really is more. A single, well-chosen piece can say far more than a pile of trendy add-ons. Shoes matter more than you think. Comfort should always come first, but comfort doesn't mean boring. Look for shoes that combine support with style: loafers, ankle boots, chic sneakers, or elegant flats. Your feet will thank you, and your outfits will look instantly more intentional. Finally, trust your instincts. You've spent decades learning what works for you. Now is the time to trust that wisdom. When you slip into an outfit and feel that spark of confidence, that's the moment you know you've nailed it. As we move into the next section, we're going to explore something that takes all these principles to the next level. Because knowing how to dress well is one thing, but knowing how to avoid the traps and pitfalls that can sabotage your style is where true mastery begins. So stick with me, because next, we'll uncover the subtle mistakes that can age you or overwhelm your look. And I'll show you how to sidestep them with grace and ease. You're going to love what's coming. Now that we've covered the essentials of putting an outfit together, let's move to something just as important, maybe even more so. Because here's the truth: no matter how beautiful your clothes are, Your overall look isn't complete without attention to natural beauty. Let's talk about the art of effortless, age-appropriate beauty. First, let's clear something up. Looking beautiful in your 60s doesn't mean trying to erase the years. It's about enhancing what you have, not pretending to be someone you're not. And that starts with good skincare. At this stage, hydration is everything. A nourishing moisturizer, a gentle cleanser, and a reliable sunscreen can work wonders. Forget harsh treatments or overcomplicated routines. Simple, consistent care is what gives your skin that healthy, radiant glow. And remember, your skin tells a beautiful story of your life. Those laugh lines and smile creases, they're badges of joy, not flaws to hide. Makeup should feel light, fresh, and effortless. Swap heavy foundations for tinted moisturizers or light coverage products that even out skin tone without settling into lines. A soft blush on the cheeks, a touch of mascara, and a flattering lipstick shade can instantly lift your face. Choose lip colors that bring warmth and vibrancy. Soft pinks, berries, or warm nudes work beautifully. And don't forget your eyebrows. Well-groomed brows frame the face and add definition, making you look polished with minimal effort. Hair matters too. The right haircut can take years off your look, not because it makes you young, but because it brings out your best features. Look for cuts that offer movement and softness around the face. If you color your hair, choose shades that complement your skin tone. If you embrace your natural gray, keep it shiny and well-conditioned. It's a powerful, elegant statement all on its own. Let's not underestimate posture and energy. Standing tall, smiling often, and moving with purpose do more for your beauty than any serum or cream. Confidence is magnetic. It draws people in and gives you a glow no makeup can replicate. One of the most beautiful things I've learned over the years is that people remember how you made them feel, not the tiny details of your outfit or makeup. Fragrance is your invisible signature. A subtle, well-chosen scent can elevate your presence without saying a word. Choose one that feels like you, whether it's soft florals, warm spices, or fresh citrus. Remember, a little goes a long way. The heart of natural beauty is joy. When you feel good inside, it radiates outward. So prioritize what makes you happy, whether it's spending time with loved ones, being in nature, or simply enjoying quiet moments with a good book. That inner joy becomes part of your outer beauty in the most effortless, authentic way. As we move into the next section, things are about to get even more interesting. Because knowing how to highlight your beauty is just part of the puzzle. What really sets a stylish woman apart is her ability to avoid the common traps that can quietly sabotage her look. So stay tuned. In the next part, we'll uncover the subtle mistakes many women make without realizing it, and more importantly, how to sidestep them gracefully. Trust me, this is where your style journey will take a powerful turn. Now that we've explored how to bring out your natural beauty, it's time to look at something just as critical: what to avoid. Because sometimes it's not about adding more, it's about knowing when to step back. In fact, some of the most stylish women I know are masters of restraint. They know that true elegance often comes from simplicity, not excess. Let's break down the common overdo mistakes and how to avoid them gracefully. The first and perhaps most common trap is chasing youth through fashion. It's tempting, I know. We see trends all around us, and sometimes we wonder, maybe if I just wore that younger style, I'd feel more current. But here's the secret. When you wear something that doesn't align with your stage of life or personality, it shows. Instead of trying to look younger, aim to look radiant, confident, and alive. That energy is far more captivating than any trendy piece of clothing. Next, let's talk about accessories. There's a fine line between just enough and too much. Statement jewelry can be stunning, but piling on chunky necklaces, oversized earrings, and multiple bracelets all at once can quickly overwhelm your look. Instead, Pick one standout piece and let it shine. Maybe it's a bold pair of earrings or a beautiful cuff bracelet. Let the rest of your accessories whisper, not shout. Another common pitfall is overlayering. Layering can add depth and sophistication to an outfit, but overdo it, and you risk looking bulky or weighed down. Choose layers that complement, not compete. For example, a sleek turtleneck under a structured blazer works beautifully, but adding a scarf, chunky cardigan, and statement coat on top, that's when it starts feeling heavy. When it comes to makeup, less is truly more. Heavy foundation, dark eyeliner, or overly bright colors can age you rather than enhance your features. Opt for fresh, light makeup that accentuates your natural glow. Soft eyeliner, a touch of mascara, a flattering lip color. That's often all you need to look polished and radiant. Let's not forget about fit. Wearing clothes that are too tight in an attempt to look slimmer often has the opposite effect. Instead of focusing on smaller sizes, focus on better fits. Clothes that skim the body, not cling to it, create a much more flattering and sophisticated silhouette. One surprising overdo? Patterns and prints. Yes, they can be playful and fun, but wearing too many at once can create visual chaos. Stick to one standout print per outfit and ground the rest of your look in solid, neutral tones. Finally, avoid losing yourself in the process. Sometimes we listen too much to magazines, stylists, or even well-meaning friends who suggest what we should wear. At the end of the day, style is personal. It's about feeling at home in your own skin and your own clothes. Don't let outside voices drown out your inner wisdom. Now here's where things get really exciting. Because once you know what to avoid, you clear the path for something far more powerful. True confidence. In the next section, we're going to explore the mindset that transforms your style from nice outfit to unforgettable presence. We'll dig into the quiet power of confidence, and I'll share the simple practices that have helped me, and many other women, step into the world with grace, authenticity, and joy. You won't want to miss this. So far, we've explored the clothes, the beauty, and the common mistakes to avoid. But there's one element that pulls everything together and elevates your style to an entirely new level. That element is confidence. Because no matter how polished your outfit or how flawless your makeup, it's your energy, the way you carry yourself, that leaves a lasting impression. Let's talk about the quiet power of confidence. Confidence at 60 doesn't look the same as it did at 20 or 30. And that's a good thing. It's no longer about proving yourself or seeking approval. Instead, it's about owning who you are, knowing your worth, and embracing all the beauty that comes with life experience. One of the most powerful things you can do for your style is to stand tall. Good posture instantly transforms how your clothes fit and how others perceive you. When you hold yourself upright, shoulders back, chin lifted, you radiate a sense of presence that no designer label can replicate. It tells the world, I'm here, I matter, and I'm proud of the woman I've become. Another key to confidence is self-acceptance. That means letting go of the urge to compare yourself to others, whether they're younger women, celebrities, or even your past self. It's about celebrating the unique combination of qualities, experiences, and quirks that make you you. When you dress in a way that reflects your true self, you naturally feel more comfortable and authentic. And that's where real confidence comes from. Daily rituals can also help reinforce confidence. Maybe it's a morning routine where you take a few minutes to care for your skin, choose an outfit you love, or simply pause to appreciate your reflection in the mirror. Maybe it's a daily walk, a favorite hobby, or spending time with people who lift you up. These small acts of self-care build a foundation of well-being that radiates outward. Another overlooked secret? Smiling. A genuine smile softens your features, lights up your face, and invites connection. It makes you more approachable, more magnetic, and more confident, all without saying a word. Don't underestimate the power of mindset either. Before you walk out the door, take a moment to remind yourself of your strengths. Maybe it's your resilience, your kindness, your creativity, or your sense of humor. When you carry those inner strengths into the world, they naturally reflect in how you look and how you move. Finally, remember that confidence is a practice. It's not something you achieve once and then check off your list. It's something you cultivate every day in big ways and small. Give yourself permission to grow, to experiment, and to show up fully as yourself. As we approach the end of this journey, there's one last piece to the puzzle. And trust me, it's the one that brings everything together in the most beautiful way. In the final section, we'll reflect on the deeper meaning of style and explore how it becomes a lifelong expression of joy, wisdom, and authenticity. Plus, I'll share a parting message that I believe every woman needs to hear. A gentle reminder of just how radiant you already are. Stay with me. You won't want to miss this heartfelt conclusion. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to leave you with something that goes beyond clothes, makeup, or accessories. Because at its heart, style is not just about how you look, it's about how you live, how you feel, and how you show up in the world. Style is an expression of who you are, and it evolves with you. When I look back at my own journey, I see a woman who has learned, sometimes the hard way, that beauty and confidence have very little to do with perfection. They have everything to do with presence. Being fully here, fully yourself, and fully engaged in your life. That's the magic people notice, even if they can't quite put it into words. Style after 60 is a celebration. It's a way of honoring the life you've lived, the challenges you've overcome, the joys you've experienced, and the wisdom you carry. It's about embracing color, texture, movement, not to impress others, but to delight yourself. It's about walking through the world with a quiet confidence, a gentle strength, and a sparkle that says, I know who I am, and I love where I am. So as you open your closet tomorrow, I invite you to look at your clothes with fresh eyes. Ask yourself, does this piece make me feel like me? Does it reflect the woman I am today? If the answer is yes, then wear it with joy. And if the answer is no, maybe it's time to lovingly let it go and make space for something new that fits not just your body, but your spirit. Remember, style isn't about following rules. It's about creating your own. It's about mixing timeless classics with playful touches. It's about knowing when to dress up, when to dress down, and when to break all the so-called fashion rules just because it feels right. And most importantly, it's about realizing that you are already enough. You don't need to be younger, thinner, trendier, or flashier to be worthy of beauty and attention. You, exactly as you are, have so much to offer, to yourself, and to the world around you. As we wrap up, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. It's been such a joy to share these thoughts, these little pieces of wisdom, and I hope they've sparked some inspiration for you on your own journey. If this video has resonated with you, I would love for you to join this growing community of women celebrating style, confidence, and authenticity. Please consider subscribing to the channel, not just to follow along, but to become part of a space where we lift each other up, share ideas, and remind each other that beauty truly has no age limit. And remember, your best accessory will always be your smile, your energy, and the light you bring into every room you enter. So go out there, shine brightly, and wear your style and your years with pride.